Alright, this will contain the second half of the Remi video on the end of this video, the last couple of minutes. And I'll respond to two other videos here quick. First, that PostmodernTwat guy did a video, and you know, it's just more crap. I mean, he pretends like he's going to make a real video, and he wastes 5 minutes of my time with more twatty crap. You know, taking clips, repeating them, that kind of bullshit. He didn't have the guts to play my video or actually play a whole quote in context from my video and refute something in it. Because he's such a damn fucking twat. God, just, it's so, these people are so, and he entitles it this fucking gay shit, you know, this, my truth baton. I mean, God, that is just so fucking gay. Yeah, but you're not getting any piece of that in any part you want it anywhere, you know, whatever. I mean, I'll knock you insensible with it, but I'm not, you just keep dreaming, because you ain't getting none of that. You ain't getting none of my baton, fella. You know, I mean, you are a bit gay, you know that, right? Yeah, I suppose you know. I mean, who else is wearing, you know, shirts from 1950? But anyway, he makes this stupid argument in the video. You know, he plays clips from my video, and then he's making this argument somehow I don't mean what I'm saying because it's a contradiction to fight for, you know, civil rights and the death of the planet or some kind of bullshit like that. Somehow they're not consistent with each other, because why would you fix anything if you wanted to blow the planet up? Well, because there's certain things you can achieve and certain things you can't. There's ideal, and then there's okay, and then there's pretty good. There's all kinds of standards of accomplishment, you jackass, and I explicitly said that in the beginning of the video. Explicitly pointed out there's 10% and 5% and 50% in solutions. Did you play that clip? No, because that would make everything else you said look like a pile of shit that it is. And so that's the game you're playing, so it's more game playing crap. You're just such a fucking weasel. I mean, damn, I don't think you said anything else of any value whatsoever. You didn't refute a single fucking thing I have said in the last 10 videos. So you did nothing. And you certainly aren't going to gain my respect by abusing my clips. So fuck you thoroughly again, asshole. So yeah, if you would have said something in the video, I might respond, but there's nothing, you didn't say anything. So it's really, there's no point. Yeah, except for, oh yeah, people need to be motivated. You know what they can be motivated by, asshole? They can be motivated by fear. To tell you the truth, the very prospect that consciousness is trapped in an asshole like you scares the motherfucking shit out of me. If that isn't a reason to press the red button, I don't know what else is. That's a hell of a motivation to get this human thing stopped, because I don't want consciousness to ever experience the indignity of being inside a vessel like you again. A fucktarded, retarded, idiotic moron. You make consciousness look disgusting, or you waste it preposterously. So yeah, that's motivation right the fuck there. If I can get everybody to understand that truth, that if their consciousness can fall into something like you, that might scare them enough to do something about it. But regardless, I'm not gonna repeat myself, because you already knew that there was a counter argument to your video, because that's why you left the clips out, you fuck. You're just so fucking obvious. Alright, 3 minutes. Yeah, I got a couple minutes left. Alright, the other video I want to respond to is Math Fails. I did a video on this stupid stages of consciousness crap, and you're just like, you know, it's like, you know, what the fuck? Why don't you start talking about astrology? Why don't you go, if you're going to do that shit, why don't you go to astrology too? Because it's about as old as science, or as an old way of looking at what consciousness is. There's no stages of consciousness. There's consciousness and unconsciousness. All right, there's maybe a state of complete delirium and delusion, and dream state maybe. But there's really not states of consciousness, all right? It's states of knowledge or awareness or understanding. That's what we can gain. You gain some knowledge, you know something's wrong, you don't do it. I mean, it's that fucking simple. You learn what it is to be, to interact in the world. You learn what the world is made of and what is important and what's not important and all that crap, and that's how you gain your stages of integrity as a human being. There's no stages of consciousness. That's such a pile of fucking shit. I mean, it's made of nothing. It's goddamn. Why don't you start talking about the leprechaun shoes and what leprechaun shoes are made out of, because it's just as silly. You're conscious, you gain knowledge. Knowledge is what's elevated human beings. That's what makes them capable of doing things that have any kind of grace or dignity. You know, without the knowledge, you're not going to find any state of consciousness, idiot. If you're raised by gorillas, you're not going to find a state of consciousness. This stupid shit. I'm just so, well, I don't mean that, Matt. I'm just mad at the other guy still, so sorry. But yeah, why preach these old standard philosophy definitions? And that's what it comes down to. It's all this, you know, when I'm really doing this, why I'm talking about this is because I'm challenging all these people who calling themselves philosophers. Well, let's see if they can take a real philosophical argument. And let's see if they just run away. And obviously most have just run away. Yeah, the fact is we got nothing to work with here when it comes to the facts. The facts are all against there being any other conclusion than this is just a stupid natural experiment. It's a pile of shit. It's made out of nothing. It's made out of a fucking goddamn little reproducing hunk of chemistry. Alright, that's what it's all built on. And it's all an illusion of our own preposterous egos that we can find something other than that reality in it. Or see something other than that reality. Yes, nature creates a bias in us, but we go right with it. We fall for every trap, every sucker, you know, because we want to believe. You know, we want to think that this desired thing means something, so we're going to keep trying to rationalize it into something. But that's all we're doing. We're just rationalizing. You are, anyway. So anyway, philosophers are all full of shit. So that's probably the end. I want to save enough room for the Remy clip. So whatever. I mean, I saw the comments on Nick's video to the other, you know, it's just amazing. And when he posted, I mean, these people are just you're all so fucking stupid. It's it's frightening that you think some of you assholes call yourselves thinkers and philosophers. You're so full of shit. You don't make a single goddamn counter argument.
Yeah, fix the little things, you know, Twitter with it, you know, tinker with it. I'd rather see it painted a little prettier color blue. I think the atmosphere is a little too light blue. A little darker blue would be nice. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you're willing to go for. But when it comes to the structure of this whole game, you know, what it's the thing it's built on and the game itself, you know, you're not willing to tinker with that. You're not willing to question what value that produces net. Okay, when you put that whole structure on one side of the equation, you put the equals on the other side, you're saying it's somehow a black number. And I'm saying, no, if you really do the math, there's no way you can come up with a black number. I mean, you start balancing real things against this superficial bullshit that we think we want. The heroin addiction, the chasing, the mindless, pointless chasing. You know, oh, I need an ego boost, so I gotta go fuck a pretty woman, and you know, it makes me feel good about me, and you know, it's all this. It's just so, it's pitiful. It's disgracefully pitiful when you really look at it. It's just, well, anyway, it's no point in repeating myself. I mean, there's a lot of subjects tied to this, but you're still not, like I said, you're still not defending to me how. This thing built by ignorant forces just happens to be intelligent. I mean, that's you're sort of making the extraordinary claim, not me. I mean, you're making the extraordinary claim that ignorant forces got it right. That this is a good idea, this desire machine. And you're not producing anything but the fact that Remy's addicted, so Remy votes yes for more heroin. I mean, that's really all you're saying, right? There's nothing else there. And you're saying the truth is not attainable. It doesn't even exist. I mean, I know you're saying you're not saying what Jasper's saying, and Jasper will say the same thing. That's not what I'm saying, but it's the implication of what you're saying. You can't say this philosophical discussion is all subjective crap, and then say the universe still has a truth out there. Because isn't this conversation about defining that truth? And so if you're going to defeat the conversation by calling it subjective, then there's no, you know, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's It's not circular, it's the opposite of circular. It doesn't go anywhere. But anyway, so that's probably enough of a video. That'll be my new catch, the new end phrase. That's probably enough of a video. So I said it twice, so it's new, right? Well, whatever. I got a little bit of a headache, a little dimmer witted than usual. But whatever. Till next time.